Right, and welcome back to another episode of My Team Randall's Racers. Today, it's the one I've been fearing the most, the Monaco Grand Prix. It's just impossible to drive without hitting the walls here. Yep, we've had pretty horrible luck recently, so, Monaco is where, chaos can happen, so there's a chance for us to score points here, maybe. There's a chance we're going to put in a wall. There's more chance of that happening than us scoring. But it's one we have to do in season one because we have to do all the tracks in the first season. But don't bank on there being another Monaco Grand Prix in future seasons because I absolutely dread driving this track. It is so hard to drive. But miracles can happen. Maybe we can bloody win. If we pull the strategy right, we're probably not going to. This is probably going to go horribly wrong, isn't it? It is. Anyway, sit back, relax, let the mayhem of Monaco happen, and let's move on to qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix. Right now we're getting ready for our first lap of qualifying in Monaco. It's just a case of getting a lap on the board. It's so difficult around this track. It's known to be, as a certain driver who we don't talk about nowadays, says it's like driving your bike through your living room. But we don't talk about who said that because they said a lot of stupider stuff. But anyway, we're going into later in our lap, going through the tunnel into the Nouvelle chicane. Norris is at 12.8. Chicane's so hard to get right. You need to ride the curb a bit. It's so difficult. Going later into the lap towards the end. Through this gym, pulls the chicane. Make sure we get the braking right for Rascaz. A decent turn in. Now it's Anthony Noakes. Need to get a good exit, but we get lay on the brakes. Keep it out from the wall. Coming to the end of our lap. Going into the P3. But wait, Sebastian Vettel coming out of the pit lane. We almost decked it completely into him. Made contact with the wall. Had to take the runoff into Saint Devote to avoid him. Just how the pit lane works is very dangerous. But coming into our second flying lap. It's a very good first sector by the looks of it. As we're coming down to Mirabel, we lose time though through the casino square. Coming down to the hairpin, skipping ahead to the Nouvelle chicane. About 10th down from our previous lap, 15th at the moment, so we are through as it stands, but we gain a lot of time through the back sector into Rascaz. Anthony Noakes now get the turn in much better. Look at the time we're gaining. So much time gained for Anthony Noakes, so we got it right. Set P11 at the moment, and it's going to be P10. I think someone had the time to lead it potentially. But Oscar Zhao with Zhou Guanyu, the two Assens and the two Willys. But we are through for the first time in a while. But we skipped Q2 because we just had one set of tires left and we were last. But we've made it to Q2 in Monaco. Now let's just get ahead to the race and see what can happen there if we get the strategy right.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That's how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The prestigious Circuit de Monaco, then, is not all that dissimilar today to the layout that made its debut almost a century ago. It's 2 miles and 19 corners through the streets of Monte Carlo. And although the average lap speed of around 93 miles per hour is the lowest of the season, the tiny margins for error make it the natural habitat of the safety car. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Sainz, Sergio Perez, and Verstappen, Norris, Ricciardo, Gasly, and Esteban Ocon, Bottas, Mick Schumacher, Yuki Tsunoda, the owner driver, Joe, Oscar Piastri, Lance Stroll, and Sebastian Vettel. Latifi, Magnussen. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Fernando Alonso and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Why don't we discuss Red Bull? What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do. And that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can. And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, failing that, within the points.
Right, it's 5 lights out. Just for a heads up, the replay system did not work, so there's going to be no replays at all. It's going to be from my POV. But Joe Guan Yu gets us on the start. We go lay on the brakes to try and maintain him. Joe Guan Yu on our sides going up the hill. He has a better run off us, so he's going to go past us on the hill. Coming into Casino Square, we're going to hang around his outside, take the inside into Casino Square, make the move on him to P14. We're going to dive bomb Schumacher and Sonoda into Mirabeau, coming up into the hairpin. We're going to go wheel to wheel with Pierre Gasly. We got Bottas and Ocon. We're making contact with the Frenchman. Just how you have to make moves around here with collision warnings. Coming down to the tunnel now, we got damage. We're going to go lay on the brakes into the chicane, and we're up to P9. We start on the hards. We'll play the long game. But we're into the points. We're up to P14 due to others' penalties. And we need to take advantage of this, but I'm feeling the floor and the wing damage already. And it's just going to probably get worse and worse by the lap as Gasly and Bottas are fighting tooth and nail in front of us. Leclerc leads his home Grand Prix, but we know how well he fares when leading his home Grand Prix. But we skip up to lap 5 and we got Pierre Gasly up our rear. But look at the gap between us and Ricardo. We're playing the Alonso strategy. Hold up everything behind us. It's Monaco. We can do this. We can hold up everyone behind us. We're just going to hold up everyone till the pit stops come, and we're going to pit with everyone else onto the mediums and maintain our position. And this is how we are hoping to score points in the Monaco Grand Prix. We ourselves have not scored since round 2 in Saudi Arabia. It's about time we score again, but we have to hold back Pierre Gasly if we want to score today. So looking forward to lose Pierre Gasly, but rather not lose to Pierre Gasly. Just coming up to the back section of the track, keep everything on it as Gasly is half a second behind us. Bottas is right his rear. Also, we get a poor run through Rascas. We hit the wall of Nanti because we thought they got damaged, so that doesn't matter. But yet the damage is holding us back a lot. Pierre Gasly has a half look at us to make a move. Bottas goes find him now. Put up the hill now into Casino Square. Gasly 2/10, other 2/10 behind us. We have to be fearing of a dive bomb potentially, because realistically that's the only way you make moves in Monaco. It's a bull dive bomb. Hairpin now, and Yeah, just look at the gap. It's 12 seconds now. It was 8 seconds last lap. Like, I know we're not going full pace because of the floor and the wing damage, but my god. Fernando Alonso would be proud of us. Also, Oscar's had to pit with damage, and Fernando Alonso. I think Fernando Alonso has more concerns than us being his apprentice. But to get a really poor run in the chicane, but we've actually gained on Gasly somehow. Coming out to lap 7. Mark, for some reason, telling us about the gap to Ricciardo. I don't think we're going to be fighting Ricciardo today for some reason, unless there's a safety car. So now, coming up to lap 7, and Gasly has a way better run on us through Anthony Noakes. He's going to go wheel to wheel with us through Anthony Noakes. Going to go late on the break in. He cuts the corner. We maintain the position. He clearly cut the corner there. Hope here Gasly to defend the position, so he would have to give that place to us anyway. But we go up to the end of the lap, and Gasly had damage from that contact, I believe we had, because he's dropped down a lot. Didn't seem like major damage, or maybe he had damage later in the lap, but he's dropped right off. He has damage clearly. He's going to be into the pits. So now we have a gap. He is in the pits. We have a 3.5 second gap to Bottas. We can take it easy for a few laps. Ocon's playing the same strategy as us going on the hards. Lap 10 though, and now Bottas is up our rear. And once again, we're just not getting the runs off Anthony Noakes. I'm not sure if the hard tires, the damage, the floor damage, the wing damage. But Bottas is going to go wheel to wheel with us. We have to take the inside line. Bottas still up with us. We're going to be fighting going up the hill. We've made contact. How are we going too wide through the entire hill? We're too wide through Casino Square. We've made contact, but we're still in this. Take the inside line. Bottas to look at the hang around the outside. What a battle. We just battled through an entire sector. Wheel to wheel through Monaco. What a battle we've just had. And no damage on some brief contact, but that's bloody racing. Look at the gap now. It's 34 seconds between us and Ricciardo. Like, we can get a lapped here before the pit stops. Like, Piastri's already been lapped. That's unfortunate for us. But Bottas, he's trying to look at the outside line going up the hill. We cover it off. How we went wheel to wheel through the entire hill and Casino Square, I will not know. With bloody damage also. But we're maintaining this P9 from Valtteri Bottas. I'm starting to think now, at this point, Tsunoda, who had to pit with damage, he's the upcoming AlphaTauri. He could be getting an ultimate undercut. He'll probably have to pit again. No way he's again hard to the end. It would be some job for it. We can get undercut by other drivers, like, at this point. Those who had to pit with damage early, which would be very concerning with our pace. I can imagine the team radios, the last behind us, probably giving out. It's like, it's bloody Monaco. Can't pass me, sucking. But just to show the gap, the guys in front of us are pinning onto Harris, Verstappen and Ricardo. One of the Mercs have pitted. Let's see what the gap is when we cross the pit lane. So when Max went in, it was 49 seconds. Ricardo had 44 seconds on us. They had essentially 2 pit stops on us. So I can imagine what that's going. Oh, we're really deep to Rascas though. Bottas pit. Bottas is pitting. We're now. This is the moment now for us. We're gonna dump the entire Barry. Occon's fine us though. This is not what we need. We need to put in the in lap of our lives to maintain position on Valtteri Bottas. We did a pit crew to do the job, but we need to do our job first and get the out lap of all out. Not out lap, in lap of all in laps. Ocon did not really help us there. He's probably pulling the same strategy though, so I don't know why he fought us. We can definitely get mediums to the end. We go deep into the hairpin though. The damage really hurting us now. Can't get the exits off the corners. It's really hampering us. But where's Valtteri Bottas at the moment? Look at the lap. He's going through Mirabeau right now. So we might be able to just stay ahead of it. Cold tires in Monaco are going to be a pain, especially going up that hill. So we might still be ahead of him when it comes to the pits. Hoping for it. Of course, we're going to have cold tires, but like Bottas will have to pass us. then if we stay ahead of him, and it'll be very hard for him to pass us when we come out of the pits. As we see now, and now we come into the pits. We're not changing our wing. We've maintained this long with the wing damage. We have to bear with it if we want to score points. We've done our job. Now it's up to the pit crew to do their job. We get the turn in properly. 2.2 second pit stop. Come on, lads.
Okay, we had an issue.
Oh, you're having a laugh. You're having 2 second pit stop delay. And here comes Valtteri Bottas. Has that cost us? Has that 2 seconds cost us? It's 2.2, 2.5. That has cost us. We would have been wheel to wheel with Valtteri Bottas if it was not for that 2 second delay. The pit crew once again have a mare. We had the gap. We had the job done. We would have been wheel to wheel with Valtteri Bottas if it was not for the pit crew. My God, how do these guys still have a job? I think they've done one good pit stop all season. How is this allowed in this level? My God, they're at this rate they're going F2 standard on pit stop. Jesus Christ. But we're frustrated now. And now we have Lance Stroll fighting us. Oh, this has gone horribly wrong. And Stroll just turns in on us. We got more damage. Stroll's out. He's just turned in on us. And we couldn't get the braking right. Gasly's back ahead of us. Safety car. What was Lance Stroll at? He just rammed into our side. We lost control of our car. We got more wing damage. Lost control of a car and put him in the wall essentially. He put himself in the wall by ramming into us while we were braking, so we lost control of the car. Couldn't get the car braked properly. And the safety car is out. And now we have to change our front wing. And as we're coming into the pit, I realised the thing. We're getting lapped. We're about to get lapped. This has gone incredibly. What was Lance Stroll thinking? And now we fecked up the pit exit. They actually got the pit stop right, and we fecked up on the clutch. Unbelievable. But we're lapped. We've been lapped. Oh my lord. Gasly had... Where did Gasly get damaged? But yeah, we got lapped. This has just been disgraceful. The pit crew absolutely have cost us today. The pit crew cost us points. We had the job though. We had the star of our lifetime. P14 to P9. We maintained the position. Bottas came in. We pulled the in lap. We had the gap to do the pit stop on Valtteri Bottas. And the pit crew had a mere 2 second delay on the pit stop. We would have been wheel to wheel with Bottas if it were not for that 2 seconds. And if it wasn't for that, we would not have been stuck behind. We would not have Lance Stroll behind us, and we would not have Lance Stroll pull a Lance Stroll, ram into us. We just retired.
That's it then for another nail-biting Monaco Grand Prix. We were on the edge of our seats the whole time, but they've come through to take a stunning victory. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
So Charles Leclerc wins his home Grand Prix. Double podium for Mercedes. Perez P4, Sainz P5, Norris P6, Verstappen poured in the office P7, Ricciardo 8th, Ocon 9th, Tsunoda 10th, Bottas 11th. So maybe we wouldn't have got it. Bottas finished 11th. Would we have stayed ahead of Tsunoda? Maybe. Then again, the safety car helped the likes of Ocon and Tsunoda because they got a free pit stop. But in the standings now, 63 points Leclerc has on Verstappen. What is going on? Leclerc surely is not losing from here.